During the mid-2010s, we were blessed witnessing the peak of players such as Mike Trout and Miguel Cabrera, alongside star pitchers such as Clayton Kershaw and Justin Verlander. However, one man was able to take their spotlight despite playing in just 276 games across 5 seasons, hit just 1 home run in 738 plate appearances, and had a career slash line that would make any team's general manager look the other way. So how did he become so beloved in the baseball world despite being such a below average player? Munenori Kawasaki, or Kawa for short, hails from Japan where he took part in 11 seasons before making the jump to the MLB to play with his idol and World Baseball Classic teammate Ichiro Suzuki. In fact, he wanted to play with him so badly that he decided to take a massive pay cut just to share the field with him. At this point in time, he also didn't speak English. He even mentioned that he couldn't even understand the team meetings and that he would just nod throughout them. That's one of the reasons why we weren't able to witness his full personality right off the bat, because he didn't know how to express himself in English. Then, after the 2012 season finished, Kawa moved to his 3rd country in 3 years by signing with the Toronto Blue Jays, and it was there when we got our first look of his true character. On April 22nd, 2013, an article was published titled "Quirky Munenori Kawasaki Fitting In with Blue Jays." This piece goes on to talk about how on a close play at first, he turned and bowed to the umpire, who reflexively bowed back. And when he reminds the left fielder about the number of outs in an inning, as all shortstops do, he gives the signal and then bows in that direction. Or how he came out of the batting cage during pregame, put his bat and gloves down on the ground, and sternly admonished them not to move because he'd be right back. These little actions got everyone around the league starting to notice him a bit more, and on May 26th, we were fortunate enough to get a live interview from him following a walk-off double.
He's played great. Come on, Mooney. This is his interview. I'll be his translator. What do you have to say for yourself?
Thank you very much. My name is Munenori Kawasaki. I'm from Japan. I'm Japanese.
This interview is hands down one of the most iconic of all time, because at this point it was still very difficult for him to speak the language well, which meant he had to read out of his notebook. But he didn't care. He entered that interview with extreme enthusiasm and joy for what he accomplished, and left it with a face full of shaving cream, a jersey soaked with Gatorade, and everyone watching a smile on their face. Over the next few months, he featured as a regular for the Jays at shortstop as Jose Reyes was rehabbing from an injury. And during this time, he had other notable moments, such as his big hit in the top of the 9th against Cleveland to help secure the victory. But a couple weeks prior, there was one moment that may not have been as important, but was definitely more special. On June 21st against the Baltimore Orioles, he did the unthinkable. Remember when I said he only had 1 homer and over 700 plate appearances? Well, this was his moment. In the bottom of the 7th inning, in a 1-1 count, he took Tommy Hunter deep to tie the game 6-6. The Jays went on to win this game thanks to a Rajai Davis walk-off single, meaning without Kawa's home run, the Jays could have very well lost that game. So let's go back to that home run and listen to exactly what it meant for everyone watching at the Rogers Center on that special night.
First, Kawasaki hits it high and deep to right. Markakis at the track. Home run, Kawasaki! Number 1.
Well, listen to this crowd. Munenori has a 2-hit night, his first home run as a Blue Jay. And if he doesn't bow to everybody, there it is.
Of course, it wouldn't be complete without a curtain call and a bow from the man himself. I mean, who else would get that type of praise by just bringing the team level? Let me tell you, nobody except Kawa. In the next few weeks, he did lose his starting role to Jose Reyes when he came back from injury, but he did enough during the season to warrant a return to the Jays system when he signed a minor league deal on Christmas Eve. And following his call-up on June 16th, Kawa found himself once again in an everyday role for the Jays. As a team, 2014 was a tough year for the Jays as they grasped with blowing their first place lead in the division as their playoff drought reached 21 years. But there were also some ups, 2 of which I would love to highlight. The first one being Kawa's encounter with Big Papi on July 22nd. As you can see, all it was just a simple hug. Nothing more, nothing less. But in an interview prior to the next day's game, he had this to say about Ortiz.
David Ortiz yesterday. How did that hug feel?
Oh, he's a big, very big, you know. He's big, Kawa small. He's big, Kawa small. He's big, Kawa small. He's big, Kawa, small.
Okay, we got it.
If the interviewer hadn't interrupted him, I'm genuinely curious for how long he would have kept saying that now infamous line, because there seemed to be no end in sight. And just a couple short weeks after this interview, we were privileged by receiving another one on July 12th. This time regarding a cramp he had previously felt in a game, and gives us quite the answer as to how he combated the issue.
How's your leg feel today?
Oh, feeling good.
So what happened to you?
What happened? Just crap.
Just a cramp?
Yeah, just crap.
So you told me what can you eat to help you make you feel better?
Bananas.
Yeah. Why bananas?
Monkeys never craps. Monkey never crap.
He's not wrong. Bananas hold potassium, and consuming more of it can help prevent against cramps. He was a professional athlete, he knew the exact reason as to why they helped, and with his English now at a decent level, he could have easily presented the information in a way that was much more straightforward. But that's not the type of person he is. He loves to make people laugh, and he looks so effortless doing so, even taping up his wrist during the conversation. And to squash the rumors of him having two personalities between Japanese and English, this very reliable YouTube account named MadPrimeApe3826 stated, "You might think he is funny because his English is not perfect, but also in Japanese he is just like this. He is Munenori Kawasaki at anywhere in any languages." If this is the truth, then it's reassuring he's not just putting on a show to get everyone in North America to notice him. He's rather just a man who can grab the attention of anyone just by being himself. Like I said, the 2014 season was a disappointment for the Jays, but 2015 was the complete opposite. After falling behind the pack in the first half of the season, they added star players such as David Price and Troy Tulowitzki, who went on to be pivotal for the club down the stretch, leading them to their first division crown since 1993, and on the night they clinched, we got this very special interview of Kawa after he had a little too much to drink.
Right now, I know you talked about a bush party, but right now we're having a champagne party.
Yeah, I'm a drunk. Hey.
I like. He never clamps.
Hey,
Who said that?
hey, I'm drunk.
Yeah, you're what? You're not allowed to say that.
Yeah, I'm drunk, man. Yeah.
Now, did you eat your bananas today? That's what people want to know.
People, what you say? What you say?
Did you eat your bananas today?
Yeah, well, we don't need a banana.
No.
We need a champagne.
Yeah?
Yeah, champagne. Very good team, this team, okay? Very good team.
An iconic response. Even look at his facial expression as he tries to leave the conversation to go party. But honestly, the best part of this interview came a little bit later.
How proud do you feel to be here?
What you say? Hey, English too tough, man. English too tough. I'm drunk,
Yeah.
Japanese, please.
If you couldn't make out what he was saying, I don't blame you. It took me a few times to comprehend it myself. So let me tell you, he said English too tough, I'm drunk, Japanese, please. From the start of this interview, you could see he was absolutely gone, but can you blame him? I mean, it's his first time in the playoffs. You have to let the man live a little. This moment also marked one of his last as a Jays player, as he didn't receive any playtime in the divisional or championship series and found himself in Chicago for just 14 more games in 2016 before heading back to play in Japan, ending his journey in North America. So to sum up the legend himself is hard, because he didn't wow us over with his elite presence in the batter's box or his insane range in the field, although he was a decent defender. Instead, he connected with everyone through laughter and cracking jokes despite being nowhere near fluent in the English language. That's why I loved watching him over the few years he was gracing our televisions, because of the time and effort he took just to communicate with us and share his goofy personality with everyone in North America. Now, as I wrap up this video, let me just say this could have been 30 minutes long if I wanted to bring up every enjoyable moment he had in the MLB, like his awesome pregame warm-up movements or other iconic interviews. So if I missed your favorite, I'm sorry about that, but if you'd like a part 2, then leave a comment regarding that, and if I get enough, I'll cover them all in another video. So in the meantime, consider liking the video if you enjoyed, and subscribing to the channel if you'd love to see another video about everyone's favorite Munenori Kawasaki.